Hollywood, look at your life. Stop trying to pretend that you are diverse and happening and hip when you don't do right by these supremely talented artists. My God, Taraji P. Henson is so talented and versatile. Longevity, she's just so gifted. She's breaking down in tears over pay disparity. Tears.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Yeah. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, there's a whole entire team behind us. Yes. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. That's right. Okay? So do the math. Now we have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed. Sometimes not more. After what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. So I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
I get that.
It wears on you, you know? Because what does that mean? What is that telling me?
What is it telling me? Yeah. And what does it tell me? Yeah.
You know? And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the f*** am I doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel for her. Do you want to work hard and spend your whole career trying to reach a certain level? Well, you've earned the right to be there. And guess what? You know how that work is recognized? Fans, praise, and the American way, money. If it's not money, then nobody should get paid well, okay? Taraji P. Henson mentioned this previously in a talk with Jamel Hill.
You talked about the Benjamin Buttons experience that you had, finding out that you were making, 2% of what Brad Pitt was making. And you had to pay for your own travel, right? Or your own accommodations once you were there shooting in New Orleans, correct?
Let me tell you how it works. So they give you an allowance, right? They give you an allowance to find yourself somewhere to live. At the time, I didn't have a team to do all of that for me. You know, now I have a team. I don't have to deal with that. They make sure I get where I want to live, blah, blah, blah. But at the time, I wasn't where I am today. And so they gave me money to look for a place to live, but you got to remember they only paid me $150,000. Now let me break this down for you, because I remember people, well, $150, that's a lot of money. Let me break it down. $150 taxed is 50% of that. Okay, so 50% of that is what, 75?
Yep.
And then I got to pay another 30% of that to my team. So then what's left? The next thing I have to pay is for my son's school at the time, which was $30,000. So you see, that was not enough money to last me throughout the year. I didn't get the whole $150,000 like you think up front. That was what I got. After taxes is not $150,000. And so when it came time for me to do the math, I was like, do I take this whatever money they gave me for my allowance to find somewhere to live and live lavishly in New Orleans? Or do I pocket that money because I need it and I'm going to go live in the damn embassy suites for these 3 months or whatever, you know? And because I'm the type of artist I am, I had to swallow my pride. I really had to swallow my pride, because that is such an injustice. And all we were asking for was $500,000. That's all we were asking for.
Yeah. The math ain't mapping. The math ain't mathin'. Okay. And I don't know what Brad Pitt knew or didn't, but when you are likely at a stature in Hollywood as a white male leading man for years and years, decades. I've heard about this thing called the back end. You're getting it, you're involved, you're all kinds of production level credits. I would want to know that the people working with me who I helped select, I'm sure he helped select the project, and I'm calling him out because I don't know who the director and these other people were. I'm going to make sure she's good, particularly as I see her on set and I want, where are you staying? I want to make sure she's good. Maybe that happened, maybe it didn't, doesn't sound like it. Because of the pay disparity, this such a lacking. Taraji admitted she almost passed on doing The Color Purple.
Sure.
And I'm really getting tired of Black women having the same story. It's breaking my heart. Like 20 plus in the game, it breaks my heart. It's like every time you achieve something really incredible, it's almost like the industry looks at it as a fluke. Like, that was like some one-time thing. So you fall back to the bottom and you gotta negotiate and fight tooth and nail to get what you made the last time. Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here?
Thank goodness she's speaking out.
Yes.
And she has company. Fran, it's an outspoken, I guess an out secret, if you want to call it, among other Black actresses. Robin Thede would further validate what Henson was talking about. Watch this. Taraji is telling the absolute truth. 70 to 80% of gross income has gone off the top for taxes and commissions, agents, managers, lawyers, and for those who pay other employees as well. Baby, the math ain't mathin', and I know you're like 10 million minus 8 million is still 2 million. Yeah, that's true. However, 10 million is very rare. Most of your fave Black actresses make about 250,000 to 500,000 for starring in movies. So 50 to 100K net, and might only get one project a year. Now they have to pay social media managers because y'all will drag them if they don't have dope content. Stylists, because y'all will drag them if they look busted. Hair, wigs, because y'all will drag them if they look busted, not to mention important like childcare. Taraji talked about that. She goes on and on, school for said kids, keeping a roof over their heads somewhere they can feel safe with their family, away from the paparazzi who invade their privacy.
Yes.
I know this life looks glamorous for someone like her, and I know there will be comments like 100,000 is a lot of money. It is, but do the math, all of it. And it's often still living check to check and not creating generational wealth, especially living in Los Angeles, New York, all the while watching non-Black actors get paid way more. This woman is Oscar nominated. Imagine the struggle for 99% of the rest. Maybe folks won't relate, but that's also the issue, being misunderstood and people just assuming they're rich. So next time you all see an actor working at Trader Joe's, maybe it will be, maybe it'll hit different. Taraji and Thede join actresses like Monique, whom have long been vocal on the pay disparity of Black actresses for years now. There is this theme, Fran, I'm gonna give you the floor. It's like this overarching thing where they say, you know what? And if they don't say it, you can feel it. You should be happy to be here.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we work to earn. She loves the work. Clearly, you can't be that good if you don't love the work. She loves it. And she studied and honed her craft. And why should she not get paid for it when someone else who is Caucasian or a man just shows up and expects and then gets tenfold what she's getting?
Yeah. No, and not only that, the fact is that the things that Taraji has
participated in, the franchises, the movies, the money that she's made for the studios is, I mean, let's do that math, right? It's incalculable, right? It goes on and on and on, again, for the streaming and all this. And this is why actors and writers went on strike over the summer. And we will see. I know that, yes, the SAG contracts were, voted on and voted for by the actors. I think everyone wants to get back to work. But now you see, whispers of a Paramount Discovery merger. And so as these mergers continue and the money continues to be made and we pay our hard-earned money into these streaming platforms, it is just like this money is not actually trickling down. And yeah, all the glitz and glamour is not, especially when you are a Black woman in Hollywood. So thank you, Taraji, for speaking out. Yeah. And you're right. She's not seeing the young actresses as her competition. She wants to help them by taking a stand now. So good for her.
Couldn't afford not to be excellent in every project she was in. She made us laugh, cry. She inspires us. She's just incredible. And it would be a shame for her to quit acting. And I believe her when she said she considered it, because if you're making all this great content, but you're not getting a fair share of the pie, maybe you're on strike. Maybe you can't do it anymore. Maybe it's not worth it. Viola Davis tried to tell us that.
Yeah.
Who has better credentials than her? Yep. Wonder why her white counterparts make so much